welcome back to my channel. So today I have a video on the Beauty Pie fragrances. I have 5 different ones here to try with you. So I'm going to be letting you know what those smell like and tell you a little bit more about Beauty Pie as well. If you are new here, then hello, welcome. I have hundreds of videos like this going through new releases, whole ranges, different types of perfumes, perfumers, so do check out my other content. And if you're a regular viewer, do make sure you're subscribed and give the video a thumbs up. And links will be down below to where you can get the Beauty Pie fragrances. And I do have a discount code for you as well, Soki London 10, which gets you £10 off and a 60-day free trial. So Beauty Pie is quite a unique concept. So you can buy everything on their website, which includes things like skincare, self-tan, and of course fragrance, or you can subscribe and you effectively get everything about a third of the price. That subscription is around £5 a month, so you can really save a lot of money. The whole concept of Beauty Pie, it was founded by a lady called Marcella Kilgore. She worked in the beauty industry and effectively she wanted to cut out all the middlemen. Certainly my experience of the fragrance industry in particular is that these companies that make fragrances have huge marketing teams and support teams, and then selling to retail, a retailer usually pays about 40% of the RRP. So if a perfume retails for £100 in Boots or Sephora, Sephora will have bought it from the brand for probably about £40. So they take about 60%. And often as well, perfumes will go through distributors, so they'll sell it to a distributor at £30. They'll then sell it to Sephora for £40 and Sephora will sell it to us for £100. So by cutting out a lot of these middlemen, they're able to produce really good quality products at more affordable prices. She has worked with scientists from around the world in leading laboratories to create her different formulas. So it's a really unique concept, and I do have this code that their brand has kindly given me, Soki London 10, and you get a 60-day free trial plus £10 off your order. And then of course you can cancel after the trial. So all those details will be down below. So let's get into the perfumes. So I'm immediately attracted to this first one with the pink liquid, which is called She Brought Peonies. And you can see they use relatively simple bottles. Again, the bottles are very expensive. I know from creating my perfumes, I went for quite thick glass and different colors, and all that really does add up. And they come in quite minimalistic packaging as well. There was no cellophane on these either, and I believe these are partly recyclable. And I had to show you, they come in this super cute, really pretty pink box. Again, I've been looking at doing these boxes for my perfumes, but these are really expensive. And it says they use eco-friendly inks, recycled board, and all their products are cruelty-free and clean beauty. So let's try this first one, She Brought Peonies. There is a hint of peony in here, but I'm finding this to be quite powdery, feminine. I definitely sense a little bit of rose. Rose and peony are often combined together. And patchouli base as well. Reminds me a little bit of the On a Date perfume from Replica, but a little bit more powdery, like if you mixed On a Date with a Narciso Rodriguez for Her. Definitely very pretty, feminine, as you would expect from having this pink liquid. And I believe these are all eau de parfums, yes. So here it says the notes. So top notes, plum, red apple, and bergamot. I maybe get a little bit of the plum. Middle notes, rose absolute, peony, and jasmine. I definitely get those three. And then base notes, marine, musk, and patchouli. I think it's the musk that's probably the most noticeable here, with all those feminine florals. So I describe this as a powdery, musky floral scent. Quite pretty, very wearable. So next we have Vanille New, and I can see this has quite a brownie color liquid. As expected, this is super vanilla-y. It actually feels vanilla pod like oil that you use in baking. It's got a alcohol-y note in it, like a vanilla liqueur. It's sweet, it's sexy, I would say more nighttime. A little bit like the Kayali vanilla fragrance. So it says top notes here include almond and rum. I definitely get the rum. I don't get too much nuttiness. And then it says middle notes jasmine, heliotrope, and cocoa butter. butter. Yeah, I do get that. Then base notes of vanilla, benzoin, and musk. I don't really get too much musk in this one, but vanilla is definitely the main note here alongside rum. A little bit like some of the Jean Paul Gaultier Scandal fragrances, like the new Scandal Absolute, but it's not super intense. It's definitely more strong than the Peony one. Definitely feels like an eau de parfum, but it's not overly overwhelming, overly sickly. I think if you love vanilla perfumes, you'll definitely like this. And I love that hint of rum, and the nuttiness just makes it a little bit more interesting. And sometimes vanilla can be a bit more like a sugary vanilla or a vanilla cupcake, whereas this is more like a more grown up vanilla liqueur. I can imagine wearing this, you know, in the evening to like a, you know, a bar. This would be a really nice date night perfume. And I think it would also layer well if you wanted to add vanilla to another scent. Okay, so next up we have La Flâneuse. I had to look this up because I didn't know what that means. And the internet tells me that it is a French word for an idler, a dawdling observer usually found in cities. So that doesn't really give me much of a hint of what it's going to smell like. The liquid is quite dark, so that makes me think it's going to be a bit heavy. So that is a really fresh wood, very clean wood, and slightly green. So it says the top notes are fig, vegetal, and cardamom. So I think it's the cardamom I'm getting that's giving it that clean, slightly sharp, woody feeling. Middle notes, orange flower, jasmine, solar flowers. I'm not sure I get any of them. And then base notes, cedarwood, sandalwood, cashmere wood, tonka bean. And it's all the woods for me. This is definitely for woody perfume fans. Kind of like a D squared wood. And it's quite fresh. Sometimes you get woody perfumes like the Eilish 2, which are more like an ebony, almost sweet wood, whereas this is a very green, fresh wood. It literally feels like being out in the woods. Yeah, earthy, woody. These are all gender neutral. I think this is definitely could be worn by a man, but also any lady that likes those more woody fragrances. And again, you could layer this with another perfume to bring out the woody notes in another perfume. So next we have one called Une Balade en Forêt, which I've looked up, and it actually means a walk in the forest, which is funny because that's what I was just talking about. This one comes in a round bottle. The liquid is slightly yellowy green, so let's try it. So this is definitely different to the previous one. Quite a fresh opening, like citrusy, lemony. So this one has bergamot, fir balm, cashmere, cedarwood, forest moss, amber. Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit of the fir tree note. This one is definitely more subtle. I get a lot of the bergamot lemoniness at first, and then it's like a very subtle woodiness underneath and slightly balmy, but this definitely feels much lighter than the previous one. This one is definitely, if you're looking for something clean, like just out the shower feeling, definitely very unisex. I could see this on a man, perhaps something you could wear for work. Yeah, it just feels like clean, professional, relatively simple, and definitely daytime for this one. And then lastly we have one called Element 79, which I understand is a new release. This one is definitely quite complex. I do get some orange flower. My immediate thought was the new Chloe Nomad Nuit d'Egypte, or some of the Penhaligon's trade route ones. So it says this one has orange flower in, but there's something slightly spicy in here. It's not like an incense or an oud. It's like hints of that sort of walking through a market in Istanbul, like the fresh spices, the dates. This definitely is very unusual, interesting. This feels quite niche and different. I think if you do like the Penhaligon's trade routes, like their Cairo, Constantinople, the Penhaligon's fragrances are so expensive. So this one is £60 if you're not a member, or $33 if you are. So this would be a great alternative to those type of fragrances, which I think retail for like 200, maybe over £200. These are all 50ml sizes, and I think with the subscription, getting them for 30 something pounds is an absolute bargain. I think they'd make quite pretty gifts as well. I'd probably say the safest for gifts would be the She Bought Peonies for quite a feminine lady, Une Balade en Forêt, the Walk in the Forest one for a man. I think my personal favourites, I do love this vanilla. It's really warm and grown up. I'll definitely be wearing this when it's a little bit colder. That's what it definitely gives me cozy vibes without being sugary sweet. And then the La Flaneuse is a really lovely woody perfume. I think I might get my boyfriend Stephen to wear this. Again, it feels quite sophisticated. It smells quite like expensive and niche, as does the Element 79. They definitely don't smell like they cost 30 something pounds or even 60. I also like how they've got quite a big selection of different scents. They do candles and diffusers, as well as travel sprays, and I think creams in some of these scents as well. So I'm definitely impressed with these. I can tell that thought has been put into these. They're not just like generic different fragrances. They are quite interesting and classy, and they smell niche. And of course, my code Soki London 10 gives you that 60-day free trial and £10 or $10 off. The links will all be down below. Let me know if you've tried any of the Beauty Pie products, not just the fragrances. Have you tried any of their other products? Let me know in the comments down below. But that's it, guys. So thanks so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.